Right, we are going to be doing the stability catch and the stability throw today. So this is a bracing movement in a seated position. So instead of trying to generate power or rotation through the core, we're trying to resist all of those things. So all I'm going to do first off, lean my chest back. To start with, I'm going to have my heels down on the floor, just for the basic starting position, hands out to the front. Steve is going to pass me the ball, I'm going to catch and send it back. Dead simple. My goal is to move as little as possible. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to hover my heels off. So now I'm just sat around my tailbone kind of area. And again, my goal is to remain as rigid as possible without rolling backwards or falling forwards. Steve takes a little shuffle forward, so I don't have to throw it as hard every time. We can make this gradually harder by just increasing the height that he's throwing to. Same as the overhead throws before. So if I start, hands in front of my chin, passing from there, and he can just go slowly higher to face height, get a little bit higher to forehead height, and eventually going overhead. Send it straight overhead. That's obviously the big challenging one, where you have to really stop, force that movement to stop from happening, so we don't end up just rolling back. From there, we can also add rotation into here, so instead of just up and down basic abdominal bracing, we can stick in the obliques to make them work a little bit as well. So all he's going to do for that is just pass, not all the way out here to start with, he's just going to pass slightly off center, so the ball is kind of half on me, half out to the side. So I've just got to add in a little bit of stability to each way, and again I'm trying to resist that rotation instead of allow it this time. And he's just going to make it gradually harder by throwing wider and wider, because again, the further away from my center of gravity is, the harder it's going to be for me to stabilize. Now you'll also notice that when I throw it back, I'm throwing it straight back from wherever I catch it. So I'm going to catch and throw from there. I'm not going to catch, bring it in, and then chest pass, because if I throw it from where I am, then I'm remaining stable throughout the throw as well as throughout the catch itself. So you get a little bit more stability control if we throw from wherever we catch it. Final point for this exercise is that obviously while I'm in this position, I'm basically in a seated position, like at a desk all day, which is, as we know, quite taxing on the hip flexors. So if you are going to do rounds of this movement, where I've got this very closed position for my hip flexors, I would just make sure you stick in some extra hip flexor stretching at the end of that session or at the end of that round, just making sure we can lengthen out those hip flexors again so they don't end up just completely shortening and tightening up for the rest of the day that you've got ahead. That's the stability catch with the stability throw. I'll see you next time.